Valorize your mental health because your mental health is everything worth prioritizing, guys. Welcome to another beautiful masterpiece where Clara didn't just stop but gave Debbie her own share of the slapping. Yes, Clara also gave Debbie a very good tight slap that Debbie could not understand it. That slapping is coming from Jonathan, from the daughter, and from Clara. In fact, the whole family had to slap Debbie. Not just one slap, several slaps. And Debbie is just so confused. And Debbie right now, as I speak, is heading to meet up with Emeka to explain things to Emeka so that they can see how they can plan another evil plot. But guess what? This time around, the plot they are planning is what is going to expose them. Talking about Jonathan is now claiming that he got a job and he is celebrating together with Auntie Teresa and Benny. But do you know that Clara did not tolerate Benny's action of slapping his father? Clara didn't. Benny went and met up with Clara, told Clara everything that transpired. But guess what? Clara slapped Benny and cautioned her that no matter what, you don't raise your hand over your father. That it is typically wrong. That what is wrong with this generation of today? They just do things anyhow without minding who is their superior, who they cannot fight, who they cannot slap. So Benny was like, Mom, you are rather slapping me because of that? And she said, yes, I will slap you and slap you again. You have to go back home and ask for forgiveness. Yes, go and apologize because you have done the wrong thing. If I cannot correct you as a mother, who else will do? You see this woman called Clara, she's really a virtuous woman. She is a rare kind. Yes, despite her differences with Jonathan, she doesn't want it to transmit to the child. Yes, she's always telling the child the right thing to do, always directing the child the right way, which is what every parent needs to do in life. Some parents, they take upon their grievances with their men and they have to transfer it to the child and make the child to hate one partner or the other, which is not good. So Clara is not that type of an example. She is a role model teaching us that we shouldn't take sides. Yes, when it comes to our children, rather we should teach them the right doctrine. Benny left, but the question here is this: will Benny apologize to the father, and how would the father's reaction look like? Let's keep watching to discover it, okay? And talking about Jonathan was rather pleading with Debbie that sorry. When Benny left, Jonathan was pleading with this girl that I am sorry I slapped you. See, how can you come to my house and you're insulting me in front of my daughter now? I needed to give you those slaps so that my daughter would think that I am being man enough. So I am sorry, forgive me. Anything you want me to do, I'm going to do it for you. I thought Jonathan's senses were coming back, but from the look of things, Jonathan is a type that will never change. Yes. Now Debbie got angry, but Debbie could not do otherwise. Why? Because since she also have an ulterior motive, she had to succumb with Jonathan. Jonathan gave her a glass of juice and she was drinking. Now she had now to do what? She had now to tell Jonathan that she is not blaming Jonathan, that she is blaming the Clara. That Clara is the root cause of why the daughter had to slap Jonathan. That Clara is the one, and the thing that is making Clara to have this audacity is because Clara runs that company. Clara runs that restaurant business, and that restaurant business is what is giving her money and making her fly like a bird in the sky. But if Jonathan sabotages that business and render her useless completely, then she will have no choice than to bow and come begging for Jonathan or looking for a shoulder to lean on. And Benny in return will also bow, and everybody will be under the feet of Jonathan. And Jonathan was like, what? You are making some sense. So I see you are making some sense. So is this what you want me to do? And this guy say yes. But guess what? The Mumu Jonathan looks like he's not going to do it. Yes, he's not going to do it because this action that they are telling him to do, Clara doesn't permit him to even come an inch close to that restaurant. So his focus is on how to get a job because his problem is his stomach, right? His stomach is what is always his main target to eat. He doesn't want hunger to kill him. So he's now looking for a job on how he can feed himself and his child and take care of his responsibilities. But away from that, Clara gave a call to Debbie and asked Debbie to show up in the restaurant. After hearing all what transpired, she couldn't sit back, right? When Debbie came, Debbie was trying to run her mouth, trying to let Clara know that the child is a very stubborn type, but Clara slapped this girl and re-slapped her again and warned her, how dare you go to my house and lay your filthy hand on my daughter? Are you crazy? What are you first of all doing in my house that I no longer live there? I am your friend. I have a house and I have a business side. If you want to see me, come to my house or come to my business side. Don't go to my house again. Stay away from my husband and my child. And Debbie was like, but I told you pack out of that place again. So how is that house a relevant issue to you again? And this lady told Debbie that, and as much as my daughter live in that house still belongs to me, and that house is still my concern, okay? Unless my daughter leave that place, then I will completely forget about Jonathan, because no mother will forget about the child wherever the child is. And warned Debbie never to cross her leg there again, and told Debbie that if she happens to discover that Debbie's hand is involved in what is happening in her family, going to destroy Debbie's face. She's going to teach Debbie the bitter lesson of Debbie's life. And Debbie was just looking at her like that, and she asked Debbie to get out of her house, that Debbie should dare her again by going to that house. And Debbie was like, I only went there to show consent to your daughter. And Clara said, you and my daughter don't flow. You and my daughter are like cats and rats. So what are you going to do there? Don't go there again. Oh. And now Debbie planning to go there because now he wants to use Jonathan with the daughter so that they can now do some medicinal stuffs against the mother. Just keep watching. But Benny will be doing this thing because Benny want to frustrate and destroy every plan of Jonathan towards the mother. That is why Benny too is also in that house. Now, talking about Jonathan, the proud fool. Jonathan refused that he cannot subject himself to work a taxi job. Yes, Jonathan rushed to Kennedy asking for help because he needs money to run his home with it. And Kennedy told him that, see, man, you say job is difficult, right? Job is not difficult. Let me tell you something. You have a very big car. That car that you have, it is not saving you any purpose. Rather, drains you a bit of money. The money that you put petrol with it, you fuel it all the time, right? So what I would advise you to do as a good friend is that you should sell this car. Sell this car, use 2 million and buy a smaller car with it. Use the remaining money, you can rent a smaller house with it, and you start life there with it with your daughter. And then take this other one that you bought a car with it, turn it into a taxi business, and then you run the taxi yourself in town, and then you earn daily income. Who knows, in the course of running this taxi, you might meet up with somebody that might help you, since you already have some experiences at work and you have the qualification as well. So do what I just say and you'll see your life will be better. You start from somewhere. Why gathering small while climbing the ladder? You don't start from the top. You start from the base and you climb and reach the top, not from the top to the base. Big Joe told Kennedy that never in the history of mankind will him, Big Joe, sell his car. His only car that give him steeze and composure. No, his only car that when he fuel and enter town, people respect him. He cannot do it now. That and him again entering to be driving taxi in the same town that he runs it. No, he cannot do it now. That he is called Big Joe because he runs this town. He buys stable. He dash out drinks. He take care of good women. So he cannot do such a thing. And Kennedy said, okay, now money the talk. I don't want to hear when hunger will hit you, you pick your phone and call. Hello, Kennedy, I need 5,000. I need 2,000, please. I need this. I need that. I will not be available. Oh, yes, don't be available, Kennedy, because you cannot keep on giving money to a lazy fool. Somebody who is so proud as Jonathan not to subject himself to work. You say you want to work. If you are desperate to work, you will do anything. How can you be saying that you cannot do taxi work that people are doing and prospering? You say you cannot do it. Kennedy, don't give this guy a dime. And you watching this video, if you have such a friend around you who cannot subject themselves to do something small out there, but rather rush to you all the time for money, adjust yourself. Because when you keep giving, you keep promoting, allow hunger to hit him hard, allow the house rent to expire and let the landlord chase him out, allow him not to be able to pay the bills, then he will be forced to do the right thing. But when we keep giving the money in the name of trying to help, You are not helping the situation, rather you're promoting the laziness and the proudness. Jonathan left. When Jonathan left, Jonathan was so angry, saying to himself that, oh me, Big Joe, what will people say? What will people think that I'm driving a taxi? Never. I will never do such a thing. Don't do it now, Big Joe. And when he got home, surprisingly, Auntie Teresa was in the house. Benny was in the house. He started entering and dancing like Michael Jackson, though. Dancing and screaming at the top of his voice. And Auntie Teresa was like, I've never seen you this happy before. What is going on? And he said he just got a very mega job. That Big Joe is back again. That same Big Joe that you people all knew is back again on his feet. That he has gotten a very mega job with a mega payment. And he is going to sit and compose. Yes. And he's going to share drinks. He's going to feed people. He's going to go to expensive clubs. He's going to look for beautiful women. Jonathan, a fool at 40 remains a fool forever. Guys, that is just what I have to say at this moment. Let me have your point of view in the comment section below. Do you enjoy the slaps that Debbie has been receiving all along? And what about Jonathan refusing to work taxi business and going to borrow money from Ken? If you are the one, will you give? Let me hear from you in the comment section below. And also subscribe. Don't go without subscribing, okay? Share this video out with your friends. Love you guys.